All right. Brian, welcome. Thank you again for joining us. Congrats on the win. Any opening statements, or do you want to get right into questions?
Nope, we'll get right into it.
All righty. Maz, why don't you lead us off?
Hey Brian, what can you say about your team's overall, I would say composure, awareness, and then second man up today?
Well, I think we could have been composed in a few more moments in the game, but you can't fault those kids, the players that came on. Masoski getting a surprise start, Kalani, game kid, Kim Kee Reed, Paul is a number 9. Uh, guys stepped up. It's next man up. Uh, But with a little more composure, maybe we could have got that second goal and would have made life a little bit easier for us. But we're not complaining by any stretch of the imagination, Moz. We're really happy with the 3 points and shut up.
Just real quickly, there was a point in the 68th minute to about the 74th minute where the game got there were multiple yellows going on there. And that's what I was saying about composure of your team.
Look, Nuhu's foul there was a little reckless, but he stood up for himself on the corner kicks, all that sort of stuff. We had some guys on some yellows that, were able to play still and keep their composure. We out fouled them, according to MLS, 20 to 14 or something like that, which is not necessarily always the case with our team. I love duels. Fouls, you can kind of go tip over the cliff edge of, but they were good. Team never quits.
Thanks.
Jada Evans, go ahead.
Thanks. Congratulations on the win, Brian. Can you talk a little bit more about Musovski? Why was that a surprise win or a surprise start for him? And then his performance today.
Well, because I might have made a mention that Jordan was going to start, and then we had a training session down here on Friday, and Jordan was all set to start, but then during the training session, there was a little bit of hesitation. His adductor was a little tight, and so I wanted to be careful. We wanted to be careful with Jordan, and Jordan wanted to play. He was ready to go, but, we shut him down because he's an important player. And Masoski came on and scored the winning goal and did a lot of other good things.
And was that an injury for him to sub off, or what was
For Masoski?
Yeah.
No, just cramps because he worked that hard.
Yeah. And then also, just what did you see from for Jesus just being down there? This is the first time that he's returned home. Can you kind of talk about what you saw from him from afar, and then as far as getting into the game and
Yeah,
being in the environment?
there was pressure on him because he was going back home. I think he handled that very well. There was press obligations, there was family obligations, there were friends that were all wanted a piece of him, but he was very composed. Calm before the game. We'd have a discussion about tuning things out, and I think he did a good job. I think he liked that left pocket. I think he likes that. He liked playing there, and I thought he was effective.
Nico Moreno, go
ahead. Thank you, Brian. Congratulations on the win. Wanted to get your take on this 3-game stretch away. You get 4 out of 9. It feels like a good overall result. Just your take on where you sit right now after those 3 away games.
Well, win, loss, draw, 4 points. Okay, yeah, maybe you can say it's a positive in MLS because it's hard to win on the road. But look, against San Jose, the draw, I think we had large parts of the game. Certainly San Diego was the thud. But we could have maybe stolen some points in San Jose.
And 2 quick short ones. Pedro coming back, his performance, and then what do you know about Jackson Reagan, injury?
Jackson Reagan is a right hamstring, and Pedro was great. Not just because he got the assist on Musovski's goal, but I thought he was good, not afraid to get the ball in tough spots. His technical ability is really, really good. And when we can get him up to speed, obviously he was on a 45-minute time restriction. Once we get him up to speed, he's going to be great.
Thank you.
Felipe Makeda, go ahead.
Thank you, Matt. Coach Brian, congratulations on the win. You just talked about the balance of this series of 3 games. But my question to you is, due to the circumstances you had players that have been able to play due to injury, but at the same time, you had the opportunity to see other players, like today's game, you end up playing with both Bakers and Danny Leyva and Obed and all these younger players that you have in your squad.
Yeah, if you want to talk about the young guys, we've done a good job developing talent for now many years. Cody Baker was very good when he came on. Reed had a good performance. I think Obed has been steady. I think he had a good game today. There was lots of positives. Kim Key coming on. He hadn't had a lot of game time, and so it was good. Next man up.
Alrighty, next. Reminder, if you'd like to ask a question or a follow-up, please use the hand raise function in Zoom. We'll go to Nico and Toon next before circling back for some follow-ups. Nico, go ahead. Nico, you there? Alrighty, we'll move on. Maz,
Sorry, could you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Sorry, it was for some reason muted. Just wanted to follow up on Kim Keehee. Want to get your take on how you felt he fit into the defense. It's, of course, despite Reagan having to come off, a special moment for a former player to return to the club. So I'd love to get your thoughts on like the kind of culture it creates at the club.
Well, he was very, very good. His first tackle, his first intervention, his composure on the ball. I thought it was a strong performance, and he's going to get better. He's going to have to get better. We won't know the severity of Jackson's injury until we get back to Seattle. So very proud of him. And we kind of, talked about it in the locker room. That was his debut for the team, but the second time around. So guys had a laugh and a giggle, and he was very happy. And I made Kim Kee lead Jingle Bells, and that's something that hopefully the fans will appreciate.
Thank you.
All right, looks like we got 2 hands up for follow-ups. Nico Moreno, go ahead.
Brian, easy one here. Not about today's game, just the Sounders fan base is dying to see Ryan Kent. So just wondering if you had any updates on availability.
No, I told you guys, or I said it on KJR or something. He's got his work permit. He'll be in training, and we'll see about the home game.
So maybe you're pretty sure for the home game.
If he can make it through a full week of training, we'll probably see him.
Thank you, Brian.
Maz Vida, close us out.
Yep. Hey, Brian, what did you think about the way your team moved the ball up the field? Because Christian talked to us on Thursday, and he said, your team controls the ball. The missing was the ability to move the ball up the field, and looked like that happened today. Can you talk about that and how that?
If that's Christian's perception, then it must be a reality. Look, we're going to continue to improve, evolve. Him and Obed are very good in there. The pockets today, again, Danny Leyva, we didn't talk about him progressing the ball up the field. He had a good outing, so I was happy with him. So it's a work in progress, Maz, but I thought they were great.
And just lastly, Paul Rothrock, you talked about him also playing the 9. And then he looked like he played defense today, and he had a lot of awareness just overall.
He put everything that he had into the game. He was exhausted at the end. We brought Georgie on to try and just get fresh legs on. But Paul's another one of those game kids. He'll do whatever it takes. He'll cut off his right arm just to help the team win.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach Schmetzer, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Matt.
Safe travels home.